I think most of you know already. It was not written by myself, it was written by a man who's a bit of a tramp. I don't think he's gotten as far as Prague, so I think we're safe to sing it without him tonight. And it goes like this.
Well, a hungry feeling came over me stealing, and the mice, they were squealing in my prison cell. And that old triangle went jingle, jangle, all on the banks of the road.
To begin the morning, we're calling, get up out of bed and clean up yourself. And an old triangle went jingle, jangle, all on the banks of the Royal Canal.
Okay, we can't hear you, Ray. What's on? Old Screw was peeping, Humpy Guts, he was sleeping as he lay weeping for his girl Sal. And that old triangle went jingle, jangle, all on the banks of the Royal Canal.
On the strange spring evening, the lark lay dreaming, and the seagulls were winging all above the wall. And that old triangle went jingle, jangle, all along the banks of the Royal Canal.
You're a bit too happy for this song. Oh, the wind was sighing, and the day was dying, as the lad lay crying in his prison cell. And that old triangle went jingle, jangle, all along the banks of the Royal Canal.
In the female prison, there are 70 women, and I wish that I was with them, that I did well. Then that old triangle could go jingle, jangle, along the banks of the Royal Canal.
All along the banks of the Royal Canal. One more time. All along the banks of the Royal Canal. Okay. You need to explain that song to some of the young people who weren't there today.
Yeah, so a classic prison tune, not written by Behan, but made part of his repertoire and included in his play. But somebody who spent time in jail. It's kind of, some people think it's a bit of a cliche song by now, but I don't. I think it's one of the great prison songs, really. Yeah. This next tune is on request from Mr. Marcus, and it's a song which is in a very pious frame of mind. It's about a saint, Saint Kevin by the name, the legend of Kevin, who lived the life of a hermit in a place called Glendalough, which means the Glen of Two Lakes, and it's said that he had a very persistent female admirer, and I don't know about that, but this is the song. was fond of reading a book.
Yes, he was.
When he could get one to his wishes, he was fond of casting his hook in among the young fishes.
One evening he landed a
Trout. He landed a fine fat trout, sir, and caught him from over the way. Came to see what the old boat was about, sir, singing fall in all the day. Right fall in all the day. Right fall in all the day. Right fall in all the day. Get out of my way, says the saint, for I am a man of great piety, and my good manners I wouldn't taint by mixing female society.
kitty she wouldn't get in. And when he came home to his rookery,
He found she was seated within, a polishing of personal crockery, singing fall in all the day. Right fall in all the day. Right fall in all the day. Right fall in all the day. Well, he gave the poor creature a shake, and I wish the copper had caught him, for he flung her right into the lake. And by Jesus, she sank to the bottom, saying, fall in all the day. Right fall in all the day. Right fall in all the day. Right fall in all the day. Well, that's the lad, and there you have it. I think weddings are sadder. Speaking of women folk, I think weddings are sadder than funerals, because you can't get nostalgic about your own funeral. But I do remember my wedding, and that's why I always cry at weddings. Where are we? This one, we're going to have to sing our Oxford accent. You probably don't know our
Oxford, Mississippi.
Oxford, Mississippi. You probably don't know our Oxford accent, but you will.
I remember. It sounded good when we practiced.
Yeah.
I remember.
In September, when the final steps were drawn. In September, there we go. When the final stamps were drawn, and the shouts of crowd now silent, and the boys to tea have gone. Oh, the Lord above us, remember simple things, when all are dead who love us. Oh, the captains and the kings, when all are dead who love us.
two more verses. Well, I stumbled in a nightmare all around Great Windsor Park. And what do you think I found there as I wandered in the dark? 'Twas an apple half bitten and the sweetest of all things. 5 baby teeth had written of the captains and the kings. 5 baby teeth had written of the captains and the kings. By the moon that shines above us in the misty morning light, let us cease to run ourselves down and praise God that we are white. Then there still are English tea and toast muffin rings. Old ladies with stern faces and the captains and the kings. Old ladies with stern faces and the captains and the kings. I'll tell you, it took me 6 minutes to sing that one. I'm sweating, but I wrote it in 6 minutes, and I was sweating still more because it was the first time I'd ever written a song. I'm telling you now under drink, but fact is, my manager was holding a 45 at my head and said, "Finish it." So I did have a few, and I did finish it. That's true. Just so you know, this is actually Brendan Behan's commentary. He's not just making this up.
I'm making it up. We're all making it up.
Okay, this song is called We're Here Because We're Queer.
Which is why we're here. But.
And he wrote it as kind of another version of a World War I song called We're Here Because We're Here, which apparently was sung in the trenches during the war. And I couldn't find the chords for it, but I read somewhere that it's supposed to be sung to the tune of Auld Lang Syne, Robert Burns song. So think of the song.
So we'll start with We're Here Because We're Here. And then I'll tell you when to join in.
Here because we're here, because we're here, because we're here. We're here because we're here, because we're here,
Because we're here. Now this version is one I didn't hope to get past the Lord Chamberlain in London, but now that we're in Prague, it shouldn't be a problem. When
Socrates in ancient Greece sat in a Turkish bath, he scrubbed himself and rubbed himself and steamed before and aft. He sang the song the sirens sing with Swinburne and Shakespeare. We're here because we're queer, because we're here, because we're people in the land are for or against. It's all the same thing at the end of peace. A sentiment from sweet so tall to Aristotle. They answer with a leer. We're here because we're here, because we're queer, because we're here.
Excuse me, cough. And it must be the Prague cellar, though. It could be the Dublin guitar. You probably haven't heard someone blow their nose or cough during a concert before, but I can tell you that we call this the national guitar. And if you're ever thinking of coming to Ireland, stop, unless you've got yourself a good pair of nostrils. This next song something I got from a man by the name of Tom Osborne. Now, I know there's people who say I went to, with Kerry, and I went to the Appalachian Mountains, and I collected this here and that, but I actually did hear this song from a man. I'm not someone who goes chasing up citizens to get their tunes, but I actually did hear this song from a man in the place, in the Wicklow Mountains. I am just a little bit genuine. And it goes like this.
Okay. So this is going to be without the old banjo.
It may seem that it goes on for years. Yeah, but we have to sing it, and you have to listen. Unless you want to leave, you can always do that. There's always the bar upstairs.
Here we go. Who fears to speak of Easter week, that week of famed renown, when the boys in green they went to fight the forces of the crown.
With Mausers bold and hearts of gold, the Countess dressed in green, and high above the GPO, the rebel flag was seen.
Then came 10,000 khaki coats, the rebel boys to kill. Before they reached O'Connell Street, a fight they got their fill.
The machine guns and artillery and cannon galore, but it wasn't their fault that Era 1 got back to England's shore.
For 6 long days we held them off at odds of 10 to 1. And though our lines they could not pass for all their heavy guns,
and deadly poison gas they used to cry and crush in vain, and burned our Irish capital like the Germans did Louvain.
They shut our leaders in a jail without a trial, they say. They murdered women and children who in their cellars lay.
They dug the graves with gun and spade to hide them from our view, because they could not kill or smash the rebels bold and true.
'Cause we all love old Ireland, and shall my life remain, and we will say God speed the day the rebels will rise again.
Though Irish slaves and English knaves may drive you to disdain, remember those who died for you,
and likewise
James Connolly's grave.
Save us.
I think Fergus could have straightened this out on the proper words there. We'll get them from you. This one is in honor of Behan. There was a talk today at the conference about Shane McGowan and him taking Behan for a role model. I wouldn't say that, but I would say that if you want to be a singer, you could do worse than having Behan for a role model. And this song is about philosophy. Now, in terms of philosophy, I respect human kindness the most, and also kindness towards animals as well. I've never been one for governments. I think that the roads should be made safer. I think occasionally, to make the roads safer, pedestrians should be able to throw a bomb at a motorist at least once a month. But beyond that, I believe in cheaper drink, food for all, a warmer house for the old people, men and ladies both, and kindness. That's all. Yeah. This song's about philosophy. You should join in. Last night as I slept, I dreamt I was with Behan. me, the life inside of me. I'll walk into a bar and drink 15 pints of beer, 'cause I'm going. I am going any which way the wind may be blowing. I am going. I am going where streams of whiskey are flowing. Going. I am going any which way the wind may be blowing. I am going. I am going where streams of whiskey are flowing. Where streams of whiskey are flowing. Where streams of whiskey are flowing. Thank you, Rob Vaughn.